I've been working on automatic transmissions for over 20 years, and in that time, I've seen the same story play out thousands of times. A driver comes in, good driver, careful driver, never missed an oil change in their life, and they're looking at a transmission repair bill between $3,500 and $8,000. Every single time, I ask the same question. Did anyone ever teach you how to use an automatic transmission correctly? And almost every time the answer is the same. I thought I already knew. That's the problem. Most of what drivers know about automatic transmissions, they learned the day they got their license, or they learned it from their father, or from whoever taught them to drive 30 years ago. And some of it is just wrong. Not slightly wrong. Wrong in ways that are quietly grinding down your transmission every single day. Wrong in ways you won't feel until the repair bill lands in your hands. Today, Core Car is going through 12 habits. Habits that seem completely normal. Habits that millions of drivers repeat every single time they get behind the wheel. Some of them will surprise you. A couple of them I guarantee you are doing right now. And stay until the end, because the last one involves a part so small you've probably never thought about it. A part that's been taking the full weight of your car every time you park. And fixing it costs absolutely nothing. Let's start with number 12. Number 12, the red light rest. Picture this. You're sitting at a long red light, both feet relaxed, left foot doing nothing, right foot resting on the brake pedal, holding the car still. It feels completely natural. It feels like the right thing to do. But here's what's happening inside your transmission while you wait. When you hold a stopped car in drive with your foot on the brake, the torque converter, that's the component connecting your engine to your transmission, is still working. It's still generating heat. The transmission fluid is still circulating under pressure, trying to push power to wheels that aren't moving. Every minute you sit there, that heat builds up. Automatic transmissions are destroyed by heat more than almost anything else. The fix is simple. At any red light longer than 30 seconds, shift to neutral. Take your foot off the brake. Let the torque converter rest. When the light changes, shift back to drive and go. It costs you nothing. It takes 1 second, and it can meaningfully extend the life of your transmission fluid, which means longer intervals between services and less wear on internal components over time. Drivers who do this consistently can add years to their transmission's life. Drivers who don't are running heat through that system every single commute. That one was about what you do while you wait. The next one is about what you do while you move. And most drivers have been getting it wrong since day one. Number 11, the neutral coast. Some drivers shift to neutral going downhill to save fuel. It feels logical. Less engine load, less gas burned. Here's the problem. Your automatic transmission relies on pressurized fluid to lubricate every moving part inside it. That pressure is generated by the engine. When you're in neutral, fluid pressure drops. Internal components are still spinning, but they're no longer getting full lubrication. Metal is moving against metal with less protection than it needs. And that's before we talk about control. In neutral, engine braking disappears completely. On a long downhill, your brake pads absorb everything. They overheat faster. They wear faster. The fix? Stay in drive. Use a lower gear on steep hills. Most modern automatics let you do this manually. Let the engine help slow the car naturally. Coasting in neutral feels like saving money. It's actually spending it slowly. Number 10, the cold start rush. It's 30 degrees outside. You start the car, let it idle for 60 seconds, and pull out. Engine feels fine. You're good to go. But your transmission isn't. Engine oil warms up quickly. Transmission fluid takes significantly longer, especially in cold weather. Cold fluid is thicker. It doesn't circulate as efficiently. Internal clutch packs and metal bands inside the transmission are moving without proper lubrication during those first few minutes. Most drivers never think about warming up the transmission. They think about the engine. The fix is simple. After a cold start, drive gently for the first 3 to 5 minutes. Keep your speed moderate. Avoid hard acceleration. Let the fluid warm up and thin out naturally before you put the transmission under real load. This is especially important for anyone driving in northern states or Canada through winter months. Cold starts done wrong, repeated daily, add up to premature wear on components that cost thousands to replace. Number 9. The hill hold habit. You're stopped on a hill. Light is red. Instead of holding the brake, you give it a little gas, just enough to keep the car from rolling back. It feels like good car control. Your transmission feels differently. What you're doing is called brake throttle overlap on an incline. You're applying power while simultaneously fighting gravity. Inside the transmission, the torque converter and clutch packs are slipping, absorbing the difference between the power coming in and the resistance holding the car back. Sustained slipping generates heat. Heat degrades fluid. Degraded fluid accelerates wear. The fix: hold the brake pedal firmly on any incline. Use the handbrake if you're waiting more than a few seconds. Give your transmission nothing to fight against. Your brakes are designed to hold a stationary car. Your transmission is not. I had a customer a few years back, retired engineer, meticulous guy, kept every service record since he bought the car. When his transmission failed at 90,000 miles, he couldn't understand why. We traced it back to one thing. Every morning on the hill outside his house, he'd hold position with the gas instead of the brake. Same hill, same habit. Every single day for 11 years. Small habits repeated long enough become expensive ones. Let's keep going. Before we continue, if any of this is new to you, a quick like helps Core Car reach more drivers who need this information. Now, let's get to the ones that really matter. Number 8. The tow job. You're helping a friend move, maybe pulling a small trailer over the weekend. Nothing heavy, just a loaded utility trailer or a boat. You stay and drive the whole time. Seems fine. Here's what changes. The moment you add weight behind the car, your transmission is now working significantly harder than it was designed to for normal driving. Fluid temperature rises faster. The torque converter works under sustained, higher load. If your vehicle isn't rated for towing, or if you're towing near the maximum rating, that heat accumulates quickly. The fix: if your vehicle has a tow/haul mode, use it. It adjusts shift points to reduce heat buildup. Check your owner's manual for the tow rating before you hitch anything up. And on long towing trips, stop every hour. Let the transmission cool. Ignoring tow ratings doesn't feel like a mistake until the transmission gives out 50 miles from home. Number 7. The rolling shift. You're backing out of the driveway. The car is still rolling backward, slowly, barely moving, and you shift into drive to go forward. Feels harmless. You've done it 1,000 times. Inside your transmission, it isn't harmless at all. When you shift between reverse and drive while the car is still moving, the transmission is forced to mechanically stop the vehicle's momentum and reverse it. That job belongs to your brakes. When the transmission does it, instead, clutch packs absorb the impact. Every time. The wear is small each instance, but 1,000 small impacts become serious damage. The fix: come to a complete stop before shifting between reverse and drive. Full stop. Every time. It takes 2 extra seconds. It saves components that cost thousands to replace. This one was passed down through generations of drivers. Almost nobody was taught to stop completely first. Number 6. The rock and roll. You're stuck. Mud, snow, soft ground. So you do what everyone does. You shift rapidly between drive and reverse, rocking the car back and forth to build momentum and break free. It works, and it causes serious damage every single time. Rapid shifting between drive and reverse puts violent stress on transmission clutch packs, the drive shaft, and CV joints. The components aren't designed to absorb repeated direction reversals under load. Fluid temperature spikes fast. If you do this for more than 30 seconds, you're accelerating wear that would normally take years. Fix if you're mildly stuck. Use slow, steady throttle, not rapid shifts. If you're seriously stuck, stop. Use traction boards, call for help, or use a recovery strap with another vehicle while your car is in neutral. Getting unstuck the wrong way can cost more than the tow truck would have. And speaking of things hiding in plain sight, there's one habit coming up that involves something you interact with every single time you park. Most drivers have no idea it's been taking damage for years. Number 5. The warning you ignored. Your transmission gave you a signal 3 months ago. A slight hesitation before it engaged drive. A faint shudder between second and third gear. Maybe a subtle delay when you accelerated from a stop. You noticed, and you kept driving. That hesitation is your transmission telling you fluid pressure is dropping or clutch packs are beginning to slip. At that stage, the fix is often simple. A fluid change, an inspection, maybe a minor adjustment. Cost $200 to $400. Wait another 6 months. Now those clutch packs have worn further. Fluid is contaminated with metal particles. What was a minor issue has become a major one. The fix: take any unfamiliar shift behavior seriously. Hesitation, shuddering, delayed engagement, or unusual sounds during gear changes, get it inspected within 2 weeks. Early intervention is the single most cost-effective thing you can do for a transmission. The worst repair bills I've ever seen started with a symptom the driver noticed and ignored. Number 4. The early park. You're pulling into your driveway. The car is slowing down, almost stopped, and you shift into park just before it comes to a complete rest. Saves half a second. Feels like nothing. Inside your transmission, a small metal pin called the parking pawl drops into a notch on the output shaft to lock the car in place. When you shift into park before the car fully stops, that pin is forced to absorb the remaining momentum of the entire vehicle. It slams into position instead of easing in. Do this repeatedly and the parking pawl wears down. When it fails, the car won't lock in park at all. The fix: come to a complete stop before shifting into park. Every time, no exceptions. And the worst version of this habit: it doesn't happen while you're moving, it happens after you've already stopped. And it involves that same parking pawl taking on a load it was never designed to carry. That one is coming up next. Number 3. The wrong fluid. Your transmission has been due for a fluid change for 2 years. Or maybe someone topped it off at a quick lube shop with whatever fluid they had on hand. This one is quiet. There are no warning lights, no obvious symptoms, not at first. Automatic transmission fluid isn't generic. Different manufacturers specify different formulations. Using the wrong fluid, even slightly wrong, means the friction modifiers inside don't match what your clutch packs were designed for. Shifts become rougher over time. Heat builds faster. Internal components wear at an accelerated rate. Old fluid tells the same story. Transmission fluid degrades. It loses viscosity and picks up metal particles from normal wear. After 30,000 miles without a change, it's doing more harm than good. The fix: check your owner's manual for the exact fluid specification, not just ATF, the specific type. Change it every 30 to 60,000 miles depending on your driving conditions. A fluid service runs $150 to $250. A transmission replacement runs $8,000. And the number one habit on this list: it costs nothing to fix, not $1, but almost nobody does it correctly. Number 2. The forgotten handbrake. You park on a slope. You shift into park, take your foot off the brake, and get out. No handbrake. The car holds, everything seems fine. But here's what just happened. The moment you released the brake, the full weight of the vehicle rolled slightly and came to rest against the parking pawl. That small metal pin inside your transmission is now carrying the entire load of your car. On a steep slope, That's thousands of pounds of pressure on a component the size of your finger. The parking pawl was never designed for this. It was designed to prevent a stationary car from rolling, not to hold a car that's already pressing against it under load. Over years, this bends and wears the pawl. Eventually, it fails. And a parking pawl failure means your car won't stay in park at all. The fix before you shift into park on any slope: apply the handbrake first, then shift to park, then release the brake pedal, in that order. The handbrake carries the load. The parking pawl just sits there, doing nothing, lasting indefinitely. If you learned something new today, drop a like, because the last habit is the one that ties everything together and almost nobody gets it right. If this is saving you money already, drop a like, because number 1 is the habit most drivers repeat every single day without realizing it. Number 1, the silent load bearer. You've heard about the parking pawl twice already in this video. Now it's time to understand exactly what it is, what it does, and why the way you park every single day is either protecting it or destroying it. The parking pawl is a small metal pin, roughly the size of your index finger, located inside your transmission. When you shift into park, that pin drops into a notched ring on the output shaft. That engagement is what prevents your car from rolling. Here's what most drivers don't know. The parking pawl was designed to hold a car that is already stationary and already being held by the handbrake. It was designed as a backup, a secondary lock, not the primary one. But somewhere along the way, the handbrake became the forgotten pedal. Drivers started relying entirely on park to hold the car on every surface, at every angle, in every condition. And the parking pawl started carrying a load it was never engineered for. Picture this. You park on your driveway. Slight slope, nothing dramatic. You shift into park without setting the handbrake. The car rolls a fraction of an inch before the pawl catches it. In that fraction of an inch, the entire weight of the vehicle, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 pounds, depending on what you drive, transfers onto that small metal pin. Every time you park this way, that load bends the pawl microscopically. The notched ring wears slightly. Over 10 years of daily parking, those microscopic bends accumulate. When the parking pawl fails, the car won't lock in park. Sometimes it slips out of park on its own. The repair requires dropping the transmission. Labor alone runs between $800 and $1,500 before parts. The fix is completely free, and it takes 4 extra seconds. Before you shift into park on any slope, even a gentle one, press the brake pedal firmly, apply the handbrake, then shift into park. Then release the brake pedal. The handbrake now carries the vehicle's weight. The parking pawl engages with zero load against it. It drops into the notch cleanly. No stress, no wear. On flat ground, the risk is lower, but the habit is worth building regardless, because you won't always know when the ground is perfectly level. I've been doing this for 23 years. My truck has 290,000 miles on it. Original transmission, never been opened. This habit, combined with everything else in this video, is the reason. It costs nothing. It takes 4 seconds, and it's the single most protective thing you can do for a component that costs thousands to replace. So, how many of these 12 habits were you already doing correctly? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. If this video saved you even one trip to the mechanic, subscribing to Core Car is worth it. Every video we make is designed to keep more money in your pocket and more miles on your car. But before you go, there's one more thing most drivers get completely wrong. Core Car's next video covers the fuel myths that are quietly costing you money at every single fill-up. It's right here. Don't miss it.